Hello there and welcome. How's it going? This is Mark Castillo, aka the Digital Marketing Warrior. Welcome to the Facebook Live. If you're watching this from YouTube, welcome to the Digital Marketing Warrior YouTube channel, the place to come to be inspired in creating your wealth. In today's video, I'd like to share with you how to figure out your why, how to get crystal clear on having that vision laid out so that you can go ahead and start creating the lifestyle that you deserve. If this is your first time here and you're watching this from the Facebook Live, don't forget to follow me on Facebook by hitting that follow button on my profile. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, some hearts, share this out to the world. If you're watching this from YouTube for the first time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out when I roll out some new content. So a lot of people, especially at a time like right now, have the desire to start making more money than they're currently making right now. That's the desire that's on a lot of people's minds right now. But what most people don't really take the time to focus on is creating their vision, creating their why for why they want to make more money than they're already making in the first place. Most people, when they get started in building a business, building the lifestyle of their dreams, they often skip the step of getting crystal clear on their why, on their vision. Now, just to be totally transparent with you, I have skipped that step myself when I started my own journey way back in summer of 2016. And because I treated it like a college class, I treated it like, you know what, I just want to learn whatever it is that I need to do to start marketing. And I thought after just learning what I need to do for marketing, then I was just going to get the results and it was just going to be as simple as that, right? I felt like I didn't need to do the extra work in laying out my why and getting crystal clear on my vision. I thought it wasn't important at that time. But as I gone through this journey over time, I realized that it's really important to have that vision in place, to have your why be so strong that you get emotionally involved with it. And a lot of people, when they get started in building a business in this industry, their only main reason, their main motivation is just to simply make money. That's it. That's their only reason for why they want to start a business in the first place, just making more money, and then that's it. The truth is, if that's your only reason, that's your only motivation right now, it's not a strong enough why. Because chances are, if that's really your only true motivation, your only true inspiration, then chances are you're going to be one of those people that hops from one opportunity to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Or maybe you have taken some time to really come up with why that you want to start doing this. You want to start creating a life filled with more wealth and abundance in the first place. Maybe you have taken some time to do that, but it's just not strong enough. Or let's say another reason could be, let's say that you've laid out your vision in specific detail, like you've written it out, but you're just not emotionally involved with it. You don't really have that emotion backed up when you have written out your vision and your why. And because you're not emotionally involved with it, that's why, especially on the days that it gets hard, when it gets tough, you most likely quit. You most likely give up. You feel like you can't do this. So how can you really create your why? How can you really do it in a way that's effective and it will keep you on track? You want to spend at least 2 undisturbed hours during one day to create a vision board. Now, I got a vision board back right here that I actually took some time recently to revise because, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I realized that I hadn't gotten really specific enough as to how I want my life to look like when I've accumulated my newfound wealth. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here And I'm going to show you a couple things on how you can go ahead and get started in creating your vision board, what exactly you need to do so that you can get your strong why laid out in place so that you can have something to look forward to. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So only just take a moment to do. Okay. And we're going to go over to my Facebook profile. Scroll past here. Okay, so a few days ago, I went ahead and revised my vision board as I've told you just a moment ago. So right here, I have some phrases, words laid out in here that inspire me. I also have right over here my desire to be a millionaire. And then I also have my whole vision laid out for how I want my life to look like when I've accumulated my newfound wealth. So that's just an example of what a vision board looks like. Now, if we go back over here, I'm actually going to give you specific steps as to how you can start doing this. Now, just to give credit where credit is due, I took this out of a page from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill Workbook. Now, if you don't know what that book is, if you've never read that book, I highly recommend that you make it a priority to start reading that book because it's a book that every entrepreneur needs to read. And then I also recommend that you get the workbook with it too, because this will help you implement what you're reading. So in this workbook page, it's talking about creating an imagination map, but I'm going to talk to you about it within the context of creating a vision board. Symbols are powerful and direct communicators to our subconscious mind. Unlike your conscious mind, when your subconscious mind receives a symbol, it does not ask how or why or when. Those are all questions that the conscious mind often gets stuck on, thereby stopping forward movement. Symbols bypass the critical mind. Your imaginative faculty may have become weak through inaction. It can be revived and made alert through use. This faculty does not die, though it may become quiescent through lack of use. So what I just read to you here is it's talking about the imagination. We all have an imagination, but the truth is most of us have our imaginations dormant because we got thrusted into reality. We got thrusted into the real world, and we forgot what it feels like to have that imagination of a kid and to dream. So this is what you'll need to do to create your vision board. You'll need a dozen magazines of all types. You'll need a pair of scissors and some glue, or you can use push pins like I did to put together my own vision board. You want to spend at least 2 undisturbed hours to do this, and this is what you need to do as you're going through this exercise. Cut out a photograph, picture, phrase, or word that excites you. Do not use your logical mind to select the correct images. Now, as you're doing this activity, you're going to have that tendency to think, should I really pick out that phrase, that word, or that photograph, or that picture? Is that really the correct image? Don't worry about that. This is an imagination-driven activity. Whatever imagery arouses your passion and ignites your desire, cut it out and place it in a pile. Make sure to include not just material things, but also pictures that represent the qualities and feelings of the kind of person you wish to become. There need not be any rhyme or reason to the items you cut out. It is simply a matter of choosing what inspires you. The next step, after you have done this with all 12 magazines, on the following 2 pages, well, since this is coming out of a workbook, but in the context, on your vision board, assemble the words and images that are most striking to you. With a childlike enthusiasm, begin to create a collage that is pleasing to your eye. It must fit on the vision board, so you will have to be selective. You do not need to use every item you cut out. Use only those that inspire you the most. Once you've gone ahead and do that, the next step is to glue these images and words into place, or use push pins and put them into place on your vision board. Now, in this last step where you see here twice a day as you read your statement of desire, I'm going to go over that in a future video more in detail. But for now, don't worry about this part. You want to turn to your imagination map, your vision board, and impress its images upon your subconscious mind. You do not have to know how they will come into being. Simply imagine yourself living in this new way. So I'm going to stop sharing screen here. I'm going to tell you more about this in detail. Okay, so what that was talking about, especially in that last step, is you want to get emotionally involved with whatever it is that you're putting on your vision board. This is what I meant earlier when I said your why must be stronger than your excuses. Think about in detail, what kind of person can you see yourself becoming? What things would your new lifestyle look like? Those are the kinds of things, the kinds of questions that you need to ask yourself. Because if you don't take the time to do this, when you start to build a business, it's going to be very hard in the very beginning because you're going to get discouraged easily. I know I did when I first got started. But if you take the time to make something like this, and you not only just make it, but you hang it up somewhere where you're going to see it every day, and you're going to be reminded of why you're doing this in the first place. Get emotionally involved with it. And not only that, but act like you're already living it, that you already have this lifestyle already. I know at first that may sound kind of strange to do, but remember back when you were a child and you went to go out and play a lot, and you didn't care if it didn't seem realistic or not. You just went out there and you just acted out your imaginations as if you were already that person. You were already that imagination driven thing, whatever. You were acting like what you were seeing in your image, in your mind. You're going to also act that way also with your vision board. If you take the time to do this, I promise you it will be the best investment of your time to do. I know it was the best investment for me because now that I recently revised this vision board and now that I'm looking at it, I get so excited that it just continues to inspire me and drive me even more to start generating more results in my business. And it can do the same for you. If you take the time to do this, I promise you will be the best investment and the best use of your time because you are creating a lifestyle that you deserve that is filled with the wealth and abundance you desire. I trust that you got a ton of value out of this video. And if you're curious to know what is it that I can do more in detail to work on my mindset and get the foundation laid in place, this is what I would like you to do. Either to the right of this Facebook Live video if you're watching from Facebook, or down below this video, I want you to comment the words "I'm interested," and I'll be sure to inbox you privately on Messenger with all the details. If you're watching this from YouTube, this is what I would like you to do. There will be a link directly below in the video description for my #1 recommendation for mindset transformation. I want you to click on that link, opt in with your best email. You'll be redirected to a page with a video presentation on it. Watch that video presentation all the way through, lock in your spot, and get positioned as soon as possible so that you can start bettering your mindset, working on it more in detail so that you can start creating the lifestyle that you deserve for yourself with the right kind of mindset. With that said, this is Mark Castillo, aka the Digital Marketing Warrior. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video today. Have an amazing day wherever you may be, whatever time that you're watching this from, and I'll see you on the next video very soon. Take care.